as the most important duty of the solicitor.
Is this before or after we do our thing?
I'm sorry, you may have to pull that microphone just a little closer.
Before or after our opening statement?
I already answered the question. 3-minute opening statement. Mr. Burrow, we'll start with you. Sorry about that.
Thank you very much. I'd like to start out with not tell you who I am. I have a handout to tell you who I am. I'll tell you why I'm running. I'll give examples of a case that I saw in the paper this morning, a guilty plea that was done in Money County. That paper didn't tell you half the story. That case, those two people signed full confessions on January 2nd, 2014. They sat in jail for 2.5 years. There was one surviving victim, Jody. Jody was never contacted by Mr. Wagner. After 4 months of being depressed by herself, not knowing what's going on, she took her own life. Those two people, the guys should have been in court a long time ago. They had full confessions, they had her statement, they had forensic evidence, but yet they sat and waited 2.5 years so they could parade that in front of you now. That's the way victims are treated. I see other victims I recognize. I see Miss Wofford sitting back here. Miss Wofford's a victim. Her sister was murdered by Roger Walls. He was indicted for murder. Got into court, the solicitor's office tore that indictment up, let him plead to involuntary manslaughter, and he got house arrest. I can go on. I see the Hammond family sitting back here. I don't know any more about that case than you do, but I can tell you they weren't treated like victims. They were abused. They weren't given the evidence they were entitled to. They've been criticized by filing a civil suit. How else would they get the information that they needed to find out what happened? I think somebody from the Hibbs family is here. I'm sure they are not here to support the prosecutor either. There's a Trella who was charged with having sex with a 15-year-old was passed out. He was indicted for criminal sexual conduct. He wasn't prosecuted for that. That indictment was torn up. He was allowed to plead for assault and battery under a Youthful Offender Act, and the prosecutor from Mr. Wagner's office stood there and said, we don't want him on the sex register. I was the chief public defender. I saw cases like this every day. It got to where I was sick of it. I told other attorneys, I said, we've got to make the change. Nobody was willing to do it. I resigned my job. I loved the job I had. It was a well-paying job. I need the income. I'm certainly not independently wealthy, but I thought it was my duty to stand up and try to let you know, you the citizens, how bad the stuff that I'm telling you, I would not have believed if you told me. So the box I have down here, I've gone to the courthouse, I've pulled those records, I've gone to Staples and made copies. I'm going to put them on the table before I leave. If you think I'm exaggerating or if you think I'm lying, you pick them up, call me and let's discuss it. If we've got to make a change, this is some serious stuff. I have no explanation for why these kind of decisions are being made. That are involving meth cases, the sheriff's office will arrest the meth manufacturers before the people complaining can get home, and I do the same thing everywhere I go. The meth dealers back home, making meth, that can be changed. We need people at bond hearings where they tell the magistrate, this is the 10th time they've been arrested. That magistrate's not have a choice but keep people in jail. Right now, nobody's here to tell you what's going on. I've got a lot of plans. This is perhaps not the proper place. I would like a video. You would like to get together with me at a later date. I could sit down and talk to you one-on-one. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Campbell.
Thank you. My name is Randy Campbell. I'm a prosecutor, which is all I ever wanted to be, and I'm good at what I do. Listen, I take my job seriously. Next to the sheriff's office race, this is probably the most important race that we have going on. Because we have to work together, the two departments, the sheriff's office and the solicitor's office, in order to protect the community. I take my job serious. My focus is on prosecuting career criminals. And I'm confident that I'm the best candidate in this room. And in the effort to focus on these offenders, we have to utilize informed judgment. And that's knowing how to separate the offenders that your office can help from those that your office needs to put away to get removed from the community. There are people that we have to get off the streets and away from the public. And, that is essential one of the reasons I'm running, is that the office is not targeting those people. I go out to a lot of the communities, I hear a lot of the focus groups, and you talk to them and they're angry and they're mad. And what they're looking for, and why we have to have informed judgment, and where that comes from, is good relationships with the community and good working relationships with law enforcement. And that is how we accomplish making this community safe. The key, those are the keys in having informed judgment. I have a vested interest in this community. I've lived here since 2000. I think I've lived here longer. I think Mr. Bird's been here 6, 7 years. 11. Mr. Wagner's been in Anderson for 2 years here. I've been here since 2000. I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. I like Anderson County. This is where it is for me, my child. We go to kids' public school. And I want it just as safe as y'all do. And that is one of the reasons why I am running. To make this community better, to work with law enforcement, to work with the citizens, and to make it safer. Thank you.
Mr. Wagner.
I'm David Wagner. I'm running to be your next solicitor. I too have a vested stake in this community. I've got a beautiful wife, Melanie. I've got 4 children. 2 of them just graduated from T.L. Hanna High School on Saturday. They're twins. Got a son who's 12 and a daughter who's 15. Dog named Eddie. We live right near T.L. Hanna High School in Anderson. And I've got, like I say, I've got a stake in the community. People see me on the campaign trail all the time. And one of the questions I get asked the most is, so why do you want to run for solicitor? Why do you want to be solicitor? And they tell me, you don't seem like a politician. You know, you're not a politician. And I thought, well, I'm not a politician. I'm a prosecutor. It's what I've been doing for 25 years. And the easiest way for me to tell them on why I'm running for solicitor is to tell them a story. Back early in my career, I had a lady come into my office. She'd been working. She was a single lady, wasn't married, didn't have children, had a dog and a cat. They went the world tour. She lived by herself. She came home. Her door was shattered. She knew what had happened. She called the sheriff's office. She went into her house. Her cat was stomped to death on the floor. She looked for her dog. Her dog she couldn't find. They found it out in the flower bed. Had been stoned to death by the papers that the guys that broke into her house had done to her dog. And I say stoned to death. They had put it to sleep, but it was laying there. It was about dead, and it died as a result. Everything of her value was gone. She was distraught, and I knew right then and there I could help her. The sheriff's office made an arrest. They made a good case. We prosecuted it. I chose to use the 3 strikes rule on that guy because he was a career criminal. We put him away for life. She was happy. I mean, and I knew right then you could help victims. You could help them. And not only could you help them by doing your job, you could keep that person from ever hurting anybody else again. You could take them off the street and you could make a difference. And since then, I mean, that's 25 years now I've been prosecuting for that reason. When they ask me why I'm running for that woman. I'm running for my wife. I'm running for my kids. I'm running for our community. Nobody's put more people in prison than I have the last 25 years. Nobody's tried more cases, and nobody's prosecuted more cases. I prosecuted over 20,000 cases in this circuit, tried a whole bunch of them. And everybody that knows me and everybody that's been around knows my background and knows I go after them. George Duckworth hired me in 1991, been prosecuting ever since. I want to take a tougher stand on domestic violence. I want to go after the career criminals like I've been doing for all these years. I've got some good ideas how to do that. We've got focus on the ones that have been doing it. This guy that was running around Townsville, we've got him locked up in our jail in Oconee when he was out on 4 or 5 bonds from Anderson County. So we're doing our job.
Thank you. Now we'll get into the questions. Question 1, and we'll start with Mr. Campbell. What do you see as the most important duty of the solicitor?
Right now, what I see is the most important duty, I can't hear you. Right now, what I see is the most important duty in the solicitor's office is to restore the public confidence in the office. All these community groups and citizen groups I go see, they do the same thing over and over. People are tired, but people don't get punished, especially for property crimes. They're tired that they don't have a voice in the criminal system, and they want to be heard. And that's where the office has got to do a better job. And the role of solicitor is to bring people together. It's more than just prosecuting cases. One of the things as a solicitor we have the ability to do is to facilitate working together with other agencies. If you think about it, how many people we work with? You work with the court systems, you work with the public defender's office, the private bar, you work with the coroner's office, you work with the probation office, you work with the prison system, the jail system, Hampshire County Detention Center here. And not everything runs right. And as a prosecutor, you have the ability to reach across those lines, to make friends, to make relationships that build and help further the public trust into the office. Like I say, it's more than just prosecuting, because people have got to have faith that the office is there to protect the people. People are tired that they don't feel like the system is working for them, and that's where we step in. We have to refocus our energy in the office. We need new direction. And I can see that the solicitor's office needs to start targeting the people that are causing the most dangers in the community. We are running like a business. What our business.
Thank you. Mr. Wagner.
Well, I think the chief job of the prosecutor is to seek justice, as a solicitor. You want to seek justice in every case. And you go about doing that the way we've always done it. You do it around the state, basically. You get your cases in. The solicitor should be in